And we're live. Well, hi everybody. Welcome to the show. My name is Kenan Laprath. It's great to see you all. Welcome to Seeing the Unseen with your host, Christopher Laprath. I'm the producer, and tonight we've got a wonderful show for you. The title of the show I'm not going to try to pronounce right now because I am pretty sure I will butcher it pretty badly, but it is one of the most sacred Buddhist prayers out there. It is a prayer for joy, happiness, abundance, all the good things in life, basically, is what this prayer is asking for. So what we're talking about tonight on the show is how to get to those higher vibrations and stay there, ideally, so that those things like joy, happiness, abundance just naturally attract into our life. Now, our thoughts are the magic here. Our conscious mind programs the unconscious mind. Now, the unconscious mind is running the show 95% of the time, right? Like, you don't think about every little thing, every little detail while you're driving a car, right? So the unconscious mind is doing most of the work and all of the attracting. But the trick with our thoughts is that negative thoughts outweigh the positive ones 10 to 1. So one negative comment can outweigh 10 compliments. So it's important to focus on the good things. Especially one of the things I love to remind people all the time is every single moment we get to choose how we're feeling, what we're thinking, and how we feel about whatever's happening. We get to choose our responses, and no one else has that power. So I will go ahead and turn it over to my dad, Christopher Laprath, and enjoy the show.
Thank you, Kenan. Welcome, everybody. Happy Monday night. The year is flying by, and tonight I wanted to give you a special blessing from my teacher. If you've read my book, her name is Barb. She's worked with the top holy people in the world, the teacher to the Dalai Lama, the teacher to the Karmapa. Karmapa is the head of the Buddhist order from Tibet, Bhutan. And so I'm going to teach you that in a moment, but we always start each show with first lighting the incense. And again, this incense is very, very special because it does come from Tibet, from that Bhutan area. And this actually came from the Rinpoche, who was the teacher for the Dalai Lama and for the Karmapa. Now, the Karmapa is the head of the Buddhist order. So Buddhism really isn't a religion. It's more of a way of thought, or a way of thinking, or a way of living your life. A lot of people think in the Western world that it's a religion, but it's really not. And so the Karmapa, if you would think of it like, I hate to relay it to a religion, but think of it, the Karmapa is the Pope or the head of the order. Okay, and then the Pope has cardinals, and those would be maybe tantamount to the Rinpoches. And the Rinpoches, there's only a handful of them in the world, but extremely accomplished, very highly spiritual men. And it's one of these Rinpoches that taught the Dalai Lama and the Karmapa. So this incense that I lit for you tonight comes from that Rinpoche. It comes all the way from Bhutan. And that is to raise consciousness, to send you the greatest energy, no matter where you're at, or what you're going through, or what is happening in your life, but to raise that consciousness. So what I'd like you to do is, if you can grab a pen and paper, and I'm going to have Kenan write this affirmation. It's a very strong affirmation that has been used for thousands of years. Now, it is in Tibetan, so I'm going to teach you a Tibetan sentence. But it's easy to memorize, It's easy to say over and over and over and over again because it just kind of flows off your tongue. But it is a blessing. Okay? Now I'm going to tell you first what it means because that's important. It is a demand. It's not really a prayer. It's not really an ask. It's a demand from the universe, from the higher power, however you want to term it, to bring good fortune, prosperity, happiness, and peace. So Kenan, if you could type that in there. The first word is Tashi. 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 Deleg. Deleg. Tashi. Deleg. Phuntsum. Phuntsum. Tsok. 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 Par. Par. Shog. Shog. Tashi. Deleg. Phuntsum. Tsok. Par. Shog. Tashi. Deleg. Phuntsum. Tsok. Par. Shog. Tashi. Deleg. Phuntsum. Tsok. Par. Shog. Bring good fortune, prosperity, happiness, and peace. Tashi. Deleg. Phuntsum. Tsok. Par. Shog. Many of you that have been on the show can feel that already. So, that begins the show. This begins a new day, a new evening, a new week, and a new life for you. And how is it that you want your life to be? How do you want to feel? Focus on that. And that's what Kenan was talking about. Is many people do these affirmations over and over and over again. Nothing wrong with them. But this Tibetan chant is extremely powerful. And if you say it over and over again during the day, Tashi. Deleg. Phuntsum. Tsok. Par. Shog, you will begin to feel a major difference, I promise. Which then brings us to the card of the day. So, if you're new to this, I always pull a card for the group that really pertains to everybody. And then I go through each one of you as you come into the chat. So if you're just observing and you've never been here before, just say hello in the chat. We won't necessarily know who you are. I know there's an Olivia here tonight that is new. So welcome, Olivia. We don't know who you are, but I'm so glad you joined us. So we'll be able to pull a card for you. And if you're new, say hello in the chat. And then we go through in the order that you came into the chat, and I pull a private card for you. Now, understand that this is like a mini reading. I do full 60 to 90 minute readings for individuals. And so those are quite a bit more information, quite a bit more detail, and very specific. When I pull a card for you, it's also has a ripple effect throughout the group and affects everyone as well. So the first card for tonight, which is the group card, is called the Giveaway. And what this card is about is it costs nothing to smile. It costs nothing to give a nod of encouragement. It costs nothing to touch someone with caring and love. It costs nothing to give a kind word. This is the giveaway. without wanting anything in return or expecting anything in return? Are we willing to do that to everyone we meet? Are we willing to even just give a kind thought? It's why I don't watch Karen videos, okay? Because these people are on survival, or they've gone through, like we talked about last night, they've gone through a very low vibrational frequency that's triggered them, and they're angry, or they're mad, or they're hurt, or they're upset, and they're on survival. So their higher level thinking shuts down. When that happens, people go on fight or flight. When someone is on fight or flight, you want to back away and not get involved. Just back away slowly or fast, whatever the situation allows, because their higher level thinking shuts down. You're not able to reason with them. They're on fight or flight. So this is where you can still be very caring with your thoughts, or give a kind word, and then later not talk about it with anyone else of what you observe necessarily, because then that feeds that beast, that feeds that energy, it feeds that frequency. Now, some people, as we talked about last night, get addicted to it. But the giveaway is something, it's about you. And it's about what your ability is with a kind word, a nod, to help people get off of that sometimes fight or flight that they're on. And also this card is about, are you willing to let go of any feelings or thoughts of scarcity? Are you willing to let go of any feelings or thoughts of scarcity? I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about thoughts or feelings of scarcity in love or relationships or career or self-worth. Okay, are you willing to let go of all that and open yourself up to the abundance that surrounds you? Are you willing to do that? And stay in that frequency. Tashi, Deleg, Phuntsum. Tsok, Shog. Tashi, Deleg, Phuntsum. Tsok, Shog. This is, are you willing to be free of the need to be liked or accepted? And constantly trying to give of yourself in order to be liked or accepted. And simply just loving and accepting yourself for who you are, free of the need for outside validation. Tashi, Deleg, Phuntsum. Tsok, Shog. There we go. Okay, who's on first?
So, do you want to do a quick word from the sponsors?
Yes, the sponsors. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. And thank you very much for your generosity. I got a wonderful check today from Lana, Elk Lady, to help support the show. And Tony, your agency, the Fleece Agency, an amazing branding and marketing company. Thank you for sponsoring the show, as well as Brick Road Coffee. That coffee shop is themed after the Land of Oz. It's here in Tempe. So if any of you ever come to Phoenix, I know Jared and Kat, you're coming in a couple of weeks. We'll have to hang out at the coffee shop. So thank you very much for your sponsorship. Thank you very much for your donations. That helps to keep the show going. Okay. Who's on first?
Oh, yeah. So, first is Geo. And I don't know if Kat's here.
Jared?
Yeah.
Awesome. I think is Kat here too, Jared?
They might be watching together.
Yeah, let me know if Kat's here.
Thanks. They want to do it.
Oh, Tony, that's great news. Brick Road Coffee wants to do a live show with me. Okay, that's very synchronistic because I was starting to look at places yesterday for a live show. So perfect timing.
They are watching together, by the way.
Oh, so Gio and Kat. Okay. So, Kat, make a list, check it twice. You're going to find out what's naughty and what's nice. What I mean by that is, what is it you love about what you do for work? Make a list. Have Jared help you. Then make a list of what is not working for you. See how that balances out. And then, are you willing to trust the universe to do what it is that you really, really love? And what would that look like? And it's one of those things where you kind of are looking for a dress. And if you go out and you spend all day running around town and you can't find the dress, it's very annoying, it's very tiring, it's frustrating. And then, what you do, Kat, is you put it out to the universe, okay? So the universe is your personal shopper. Everybody on the show tonight, the universe is your personal shopper. It could be a dress, could be a new career, could be a new client, could be a new whatever. The universe is your personal shopper, and they are experts at it. They are absolute experts at it. Put it out to your personal shopper, and patience. Give it a few days. Give it a couple of weeks. There's ease, and also there's ease. Oh, and there's ease with doing that. The dress will show up. The new career will show up. The ideas will come. The direction will come. This is the door to romance, Kat. It's about doing what it is you absolutely love. And I listened to Jared to your song today again. Jared is a doctor, everyone. Jared and Kat. And Jared has been taking singing lessons, and just in a few weeks, months, it's just amazing the improvement there. And so definitely, Jared, you're onto something, and you're doing what you love, and you're using a different part of your brain. That's important. And then, Jared, you've got the journey card. Is Journey the one that wrote Don't Stop Believin'?
Yeah.
Okay, so Journey is the one that wrote Don't Stop Believin'. Change that a little bit. Keep on believing. This is manifesting for you. This is a woman in a ballet dress crossing a chasm with this wooden bridge, swaying wooden bridge that has just one what's the term? But you see that there, the thing to hang on to, the railing. You only have, and the railing itself is pretty shaky. And so there are times in life where you're going to go, God, how are things going to work out? But they always seem to work out. Okay. So that's one of the things with this journey. You're on the right path, even though you've never crossed this particular bridge before. That's what life is about. Every one of us, every day, it's a new day on this earth, and we've never crossed that bridge before. We've never been in that day. We've never experienced the things that that day brings us. And so there's always this opportunity to sway or lose our balance, but the railing is there. You take one step at a time. You're going to get across this, and it's going to be an amazing journey. Okay. Who's next?
Yeah, next is going to be Todd.
Hey, Todd. By the way, I just want to thank you again for all of your donations. While I'm thinking about it, I think I mentioned I've got a check from Lana. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Is Elk Lady on the show tonight yet?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, Elk Lady, thank you so much, and sending you lots and lots of great blessings for that healing. I know you said, I know everyone on the show, if you can just send her some great love, some great healing. She fell and hurt herself, and she's still on ice. Well, she got up from the ice, but now she's on ice to help her hip and back. So everybody send her great love and great healing. So Todd. Oh, Todd, this is not surprising. Wonder what this means, Todd. It's called the door to spirit. So, and I'm going to speak to everybody generally. Everybody has different gifts. Some people are really good at math. Some people are really good at language. They can pick up languages really easy. There's just different gifts that people have. And there's some people that are very gifted when it comes to psychic ability or spirit. And so in this book, it was written around 1929, 1930. It was called 30 Years with the Dead. And it was written by a psychiatrist. And I've talked about this on the show before. But it's not so far-fetched to understand. For instance, people that pass away with a drug overdose sometimes don't know that they've passed away. Or some people that have died suddenly, it takes them a while, and sometimes quite a while, for them to come to that understanding. So we've talked about this with Kat before and with the other shows, but Todd, this is where you say, so this is the door to spirit. So there are spirits that come to help you, but then ask them, what is it that you can do for them? And I know that sounds odd, but there are higher consciousnesses that sometimes come to us because we can help them. So when the door to spirit is open, spirits come to help you, Todd, and they come to help all of us. And I say spirits in a very, very wide general margin, general sense. Higher consciousness, other beings at a higher level. And they can come in many, many different forms. Ancestors, loved ones that have passed. And then go, what is it that I can do for you? And they will tell you. So this is a different take on things. And then if they are a lower vibration, if you're a teacher and somebody does really badly on a test, you don't give them an A. You give them a D, D minus, you give them an F. Because that is going to help them, okay? Giving them the bad news. When these lower vibration spirits come to you, in no uncertain terms, go, what are you still doing here? You have made no progress. It is time for you to go make progress. Go now. You are here. You are meant to progress, to move on, get out, never return here. Okay, hope that made sense, Todd.
Nice. Yeah, Austin is next.
Hey, Austin. So, Austin, a racehorse only races a few minutes every day, or a few minutes a week, or a few minutes a month. The other time they're in the field, they're grazing, or they're being groomed, or they're being taken care of. People can be resting, but in their mind, it's going and they're not actually resting. This is important for you to take action appropriately, and you automatically know, you will know when to take action. And I've used this metaphor before. A dog lays around on the floor, but when that refrigerator door opens, when they hear a candy wrapper, when they hear the leash, boom, they are there. This is trust your higher self, trust your guidance to take the right action when the right action is needed. So I've said this before. You cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. You cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. You cannot say the right thing to the wrong person. You cannot take action. I mean, you can, but talk about an exercise in futility when action is not needed. And then it just wears you out if you're taking action when action is not needed. And then when action is needed and you don't have the energy to actually take the action when it's needed, you can't take the action. Did I make sense? Austin, slow the mind down. Trust the higher self. Connect to source. Okay? So, Austin, can you cancel, clear, delete that? If you're saying, I'm not sure what you meant by saying this is my mind always. Cancel, clear, delete that. I cancel, clear, delete. Cancel, clear, delete. And then just trust the universe. This has to do with that trusting the universe. And you've trained, you know when to take the right action. Okay, here we go. Who's next?
So it's Abby and Marilyn.
Abby and Marilyn. And we should be able to get out all those orders for the selenite in the next couple of days, by the way, before I go into Abby and Marilyn, because I know, thank you all very much for reminding me. With the selenite, we've got the selenite bowls, we've got the selenite coffee, what do you call them?
Coasters.
Coasters, like selenite coasters and selenite necklaces like this. We'll get those out in the next couple of days for you, for all those that ordered them. Okay, Abby and Marilyn. So, Abby, consider doing this. Your wreaths are very important. So, for all of you on the show, you've seen it on Facebook. It's Wreath It by Abby. And she does these amazing, amazing wreaths. And she does them seasonal. So, she does like Valentine's Day. You know, she does Christmas. She does ocean ones. St. Patty's Day, those type of wreaths. And so anything that we do, can we bless it with love? And Abby, you absolutely bless your wreaths. You and Marilyn make them together. You bless those wreaths with love. But think about expanding on those wreaths and bringing into them what people need. So maybe above and beyond just even themed wreaths, wreaths of love, wreaths of that depict generosity, wreaths that depict blessings. And how would that look? Now, when you do that and you expand your imagination, it expands you. When we begin to look at things differently in our lives and change our thinking around it, that thinking expands us. Our vision expands. We're able to see more. Okay? Just like this camera has a certain focus on me and about 2 feet to each side of me. But if we wanted to, we could zoom out and get the whole wall. Okay? Or we can zoom in and you can get just my nose. So we just found out the right angle and the right aperture and the right distance for the camera. It's the same with our vision of life. Is, universe, show me now how to back my camera out or up or get a bigger picture. Show me the bigger picture here. And what the world needs now is love, sweet love. I think that's a song.
Only thing there's just too little of.
Yeah. What's that?
It's the only thing there's just too little.
It's the only thing that there's just too little of, Kenan says. That's how the song finishes or keeps going. And people feel that love in those wreaths, but it's not just the wreaths. It is who you are and absolutely loving yourself. I love the fact that you spend the day going around barefoot most of the day and going barefoot anytime that you can. I love the way you wear your hair. You know, I love your smile. I love your laugh. And when I look at you, I don't even know how old you are, because when I look at you, I don't look at your age. The same with anyone that's on this show that's over 40 or over 30. People do not see your age. Are you willing to let go of seeing your age? Okay, there we go. All right, Marilyn. So Marilyn, I was even the most experienced tightrope walker in the circus that have been doing it for years and years can lose their balance. I was watching a YouTube the other day. This woman had been a tightrope walker for 20 years. And fortunately, she had a safety rope attached to her on the wire. But the wind came up and she lost her balance and fell. She was caught. She's okay. No matter how experienced we are, no matter how old we are, no matter how many experiences we've been through, we can get thrown off balance. We can, as we talked about yesterday, go into an energy field that is not healthy for us and think, oh, no, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. No, get out of it. Get out of it right away. Trust your gut, because that can throw you off balance. You know, Kenan and I are not above getting thrown off balance or having things thrown at us that we're like, what do we do with this? Because again, as I mentioned earlier in the show, every day is a new day. Every day is that walking across that swinging bridge. So in any way, shape, or form, look at your progress. Look at that balance of yin and yang and immediately get back into balance. Bring me back into balance. And call me or text me if you're feeling out of balance or when you feel something's off. Okay, who's next?
Lindsay.
Hey, Lindsay. Okay, so when you're watching a horror movie, Lindsay, and you're like, all those kids are so stupid for going in the basement. Why are they going in the basement? Why don't they just run away? Why don't they get into the car and just drive away? Because they're on survival. When people are on survival, again, they're on fight or flight, their higher level thinking shuts down, and they cannot see adjacent possibilities. So if you're talking to someone who is in fear, even though they look just really good, they put on this So when I started this work, or 35 years ago, they used to call me the Crisco Kid. I was this happy, joking person all the time. And inside, I had this just unbelievable fear. And it's taken me years to get there, but I made it. Not that I'm saying that I don't get thrown off balance every once in a while. But when people are in fear, they cannot see the adjacent possibilities. They cannot see other doorways or other ways to get out of it. Take some time, Lindsay, and I'm going to send you some stones tomorrow, the next day, to help you with that, to really hold. And I texted you some of the information already. But it's the universe. Show me now what I cannot even imagine yet. And just quiet. Just be quiet. For a minute or two, it will come to you. These adjacent possibilities. Okay.
So next is John.
Okay, John. Starklink, right?
That's right.
Okay. John, I really appreciate you. Question is, does John appreciate John? This is a woman from the Victorian era, and she's come through this briar patch of thorns. And she looks pretty good. You'd never know that she'd actually come out of that briar patch. She's scratched. Her dresses are torn. But she's got the rose. She got a rose from it. This is... This is your mom coming through. And you have her heart. And when she was here on the planet, you had her heart. And there's some connection with roses between the two of you. Of how they didn't last long, but she wants you to recall the beauty. And stay in those happy times. Because who you are is this happy, go lucky, go out and do your thing. Go back into that scuba diving, go back into that flying. And know that who you are is absolutely good, not only good enough, it's great enough as to who you are. Okay.
His mom's middle name is Rose too. So,
John's mom's middle name was Rose.
yeah.
John, your mother's name was Rose. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's why she's coming through. I did not know that. I swear, everyone. Did not know that. I love it. I love when spirit, I love your mom. I mean, for her to come through with that message for you, That's really profound. Wow. Okay.
That's awesome. So next joining us on Facebook is Adriana Mason.
Adriana
Yeah.
Mason.
Yeah.
First time?
Well, she's
think
been
so.
on the show before.
Okay. Adriana,
Adriana.
welcome.
Abby Maryland.
Okay. Adriana. You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the whole ocean in a drop. The world is not so big that it doesn't notice you. You're seen. People know you. And people love you, and you have worth. If you don't believe me, talk to Abby and Marilyn. Are you willing to open up and see your true value, your true worth? So, my uncle was a gold miner. And he could walk through woods up in Montana, and he would notice quartz rocks. Well, quartz rocks were white, and he would see gold. And before he died, he had 5-pound coffee cans full of gold dust stacked under his bed. There were probably 100 of them. I mean, millions and millions of dollars worth of gold dust. And he lived in abject poverty. But my point of telling you that story, Adriana, is, are we all willing to expand our worth and see our value? To see that gold in the quartz rather than just walk by it? See that gold in yourself. Okay. Who's next?
So next it's Olivia's first time.
Olivia.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here, Olivia. I don't know who you are. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. We'll pull a card for you. Everybody welcome Olivia for the first time. So, Olivia, this is the Archangel Gabriel. Your voice matters. Speak your truth. Are you willing to let go of the people that are doing their best to overpower you? That relationship, those relationships are going to change for the better. Where your voice has been stifled, you're getting your voice back. And you've got the Archangel Gabriel helping you do that in no uncertain terms. And cutting the cords of the people, whether they're family, mates, whoever it is, you're done. You're done. Be done. You're going to be fine. This is so important for you to get your voice back. Okay? Speak your truth. How you're seeing things, you're right on. But do so judiciously, because you cannot argue with a narcissist. Okay? But you're going to get your voice back. Okay.
Awesome. Next is French Willie.
Hey, French Willie. no matter how cold it is, you know that summer is coming. And you've got to get the blankets, you've got to turn up the heat. You'll get through this winter. This is just a season. Thoughts that come through, moods that come through. How long do we want to hang on to them? And then what can we do to change them? Go walk. Go exercise. Go do yoga. Go stretch. And enjoy. So some people go to Disneyland like, I have to go here, we have to go here, this is the schedule we have to keep, we have to go see everything, rather than just enjoying where they're at, even the line that they're in for the ride. They're enjoying it. And being free of that, I have to get through this. I have to get on the ride so we can get to the next one. Are you willing to let all that go and just enjoy the ride that this life is? Let go, let go, let go. Okay? Thank you, French Willie. Okay, Eva's here too, right? Or
Yeah,
who's next?
Eva's here. So next is actually Lana.
Lanny. Okay. Lana, thank you so much for your donation today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so everyone send Lana some really great healing energy. Todd, are you still on? Okay. Two roads diverged in a wood and I took the one less traveled by. So you have, Lana, things to do, places to go, people to see, worlds to conquer yet. You have things to do. You're not done yet. Okay? This is Little Red Riding Hood. Okay, this card reminds me of Little Red Riding Hood. And you know the story where she goes to Grandma's house. This is your mom coming. This is Aunt Nona. This is your mom coming through. So she's talking about the house. Her house, the old house. And it's something about letting it go, or I don't know if you're thinking of selling it or tearing it down, or there's something with that house that she goes, whatever you're thinking about, do it. It's okay. Because I'm not attached to it. We all have those memories. We will share those memories. We're sharing those memories. And she's been giving you memories of how precious you are to her. And that you have something to do and fulfill right now. Because I know when you're down and out or sick or hurt, you sometimes can think, oh gosh, am I ever going to get better? Yes, you're definitely going to get better. Decide you're going to get better. Lana, you're one of the strongest people I've ever met on this planet. And you push through. And it's going to be a great blessing for you. You have come face to face with wolves in human form. And they've tried to devour you. And that's somehow when hunters came up and just blew them away. Or you've had guides or protection, and you'll continue to have that guides and protection. Call these angels of healing in, calling Raphael in, the great archangel of healing, for you. And everybody on the show is rooting for you. Okay, my dear. Who's next?
Yeah, so Tony's for sure here, and Tim might also be.
Tony? Okay, Tony, I know you're here. If Tim is here, that is awesome. Let me know if Tim's here. Okay, I got to pull another card, Tony. From another deck. Okay.
Oh, Tim is there with him.
Tim is there, okay. So this is the so can you type up that Tashi Deleg Phuntsum Tsok Shog again? So Tony, I want you to use this. I don't want you to do anything, actually. Do what you like. Tashi Deleg Phuntsum Tsok Shog. Tashi Deleg Phuntsum Tsok Shog. This is an ancient Buddhist mantra, affirmation, but it's about health, prosperity, happiness, flowering. I want you to I don't want you to do it, but I would highly recommend you. Kenan typed it up into the chat. Tashi Deleg Phuntsum Tsok Shog. I would highly recommend everybody memorizing this, chanting it day in and day out, whenever you get a moment. If you're washing the dishes, if you're driving the car, Tashi Deleg Phuntsum Tsok Shog. This is that happiness, prosperity, wealth, health, joy, abundance. And that's what this card is now, what good can I do? And this had to do with the group card tonight, which was the giveaway. Not what you need to do, but what is it that you want to do? What is going to be for your best and highest, and what is going to be for your the best and highest, where you're not in any way, shape, or form trying to be liked or accepted, or approval, but this is actually having more available for you, so that you're able to even give more generously of who you are, because that's the real gift. That's the real gift to the world. That's the real gift to others. And this is going to grow. This is the flowering card, where things are really beginning to bloom and bud. You know, it's like when you look at your roses or you look at your flowers and you get really excited where there's a tiny bud, and then in the next couple of days, that's going to bloom and it's going to be this beautiful flower, and I have my camera ready. Okay? This is where you're in this bud stage and you're really beginning to flower. So chanting that Tashi Deleg Phuntsum Tsok Shog will open it up. You'll notice a feeling of opening up like never before. Okay. So, Tim, you are not going knucking futs. You're not. There are new pathways coming through for you. Whereas before, when they would come through, you'd think there was something wrong with you. That's all clearing. So do this chant as well, this mantra, Tashi Deleg Phuntsum Tsok Shog, and Tony can do it together. Tashi Deleg Phuntsum Tsok Shog. Highly recommend everybody on the show doing that. But this is where everything is beginning to fall into place. But Tony gets enjoyment. Tony, you get enjoyment from how quickly you can put a jigsaw puzzle together and how quickly you can see the pieces. Tim, you get enjoyment from having the time to look at something and see how it fits together. So Tony takes a piece and turns it, click. You, Tim, you look at the piece and you turn it in your mind. Does that make sense? And so you don't even pick the piece up, you know it doesn't fit. And so then you look at another piece and you go and you turn it in your mind and you go, oh, that fits. And other people watching you go, how did he do that? It's just how you think. It's just how your brain is working differently. So you're coming into more of an awareness of that, Tim. And Tony's gift is like, Tony sees colors, and that's why your marketing agency, your branding agency is just over the it's you guys, if any of you ever need a branding or marketing company, please, feliceagency.com. Can you type that in there? feliceagency.com, because these guys are the greatest guys on the planet. And Tony, you have this vision with color and movement. Anyway, but it's different, but it's complementary. Okay, it's very different and complementary. And so Tim, I don't go around thinking, hey, I'm a psychic, everybody. Hey, I'm psychic. I don't even think about it. Like it just flows. It just comes out. I don't even think about it. And so that's what it's becoming more for the both of you too, and for everyone on the show. Stop questioning with a logical mind who or what you are. You guys, there is no way you can logically figure out who or what you are. Okay, I got to get a little excited about that. All right, who's next?
You're all good. It's
Ava.
Ava.
Thank you for sticking out with us, Ava. You, girl, you are on the doorway and threshold of a Alice in Wonderland trip, a Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz. This is a whole new life opening up for you in a way that you cannot describe colors to a blind person. You cannot describe sounds to a deaf person. And so people don't know that they're deaf until they actually hear the sound, or their vision is repaired and they begin to see colors. This is you're right on the threshold of seeing things in a brand new way. Be free of trying to define it from your past, because you're going to be seeing things in a whole new way, a whole new adventure, a whole new way of looking at things and way of being. It's exciting, it's loving, it's adventuresome. It's where everything is working out. And okay, you're going to have encouragement from the other side. So when your kids are little and they're like, oh, they're moving from the coffee table, and you're there with your hands out and you're going, come on, you can do it. You're going to be getting a lot more encouragement from the other side, and you're going to feel it. You're going to feel these loved ones that are on the other side going, come on, Eva, you got it. It's going to be good. And the little kid's like, oh, I'm letting go of the coffee table. No. Yeah, you're letting go of the coffee table. And that's a metaphor. I hope you get my meaning. Yeah. And it's already there. Like it's already processing. It's already occurring for you. So I'm really, really thrilled for you. Okay. Who's next?
Awesome. First timer again is Frank Tulp on Facebook.
Frank.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. I'm so thrilled. Frank's in California, Northern California. Thanks for being here, Frank.
Ava says it's probably her mom who just clocks. That makes sense.
Yeah, Ava, that's definitely your mom. Yeah, that's definitely, she's like, come on. Because I see you having done that with your children, and that makes perfect sense that it's your mom. So, Frank, thank you for being here. Universe, this is like your mantra. So, Frank, I want you to Tashi, Deleg, Phuntsum, Tsok, Shog as well. Tashi, Deleg, Phuntsum, Tsok, Shog. And universe, show me now how I can be more receptive. People get really, really good at giving, but they may not be so good at receiving. And if you're not good at receiving, you can begin to shut yourself down, or cloud yourself over, or try to disguise yourself, or it's like being a doctor and you can give medicine, but then to actually go and say, hey, I need some help for that doctor, the doctor says, well, I should be able to heal myself. I'm a pediatrician. Well, he may not be a specialist, a liver specialist, or yeah. So be willing to receive and let go of. Are you willing to let go of other people, what you would term as criticism, and hear what's actually behind their words for you? What is it that they're actually saying that is a gift for you rather than a criticism? What is the gift free of the criticism? Or free of the judgment of criticism? And are you willing to let go of the need for any criticism in your life, especially the criticism of yourself? Okay.
So last but not least is Miguel.
Hey, Miguel, you hopped on. Thanks for being here. Miguel, I'm going to reiterate this again. And because I said this about Todd, but this is similar to you with your psychic ability growing. Think of it as a light bulb going from 20 watts to 50 watts to 100 watts to 1,000 watts to 2,000 watts without actually changing the light bulb, but it just begins to grow in energy so that it's seen more from a distance. So because your energy field is growing, it's good. So I will call them the good spirits come in because they can see your light more. They're there to help. But then you've got some. What can happen is these entities that are of the lower vibration can see the light and go, "Hey, what's going on? Oh, I want to get a drink here." And you go, "Hey, what are you doing here? You are meant to make progress. This is not where you make progress. Get out of here. Your job right now is to go and be progressive. Get out, never return." So when you tune in, you can feel, and again, really important, Tashi Deleg Phuntsum Tsok Shog. If you have to shout it, Miguel, shout it. Tashi Deleg Phuntsum Tsok Shog. Yeah, bars closed. I love that, Miguel. Robin, you're here. Oh my God, I love it. I love that there's new people on. And Robin, I love you, Robin. So Miguel, bars closed. I love it. Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself. I actually wish I'd said it. Okay. Okay, Robin popped on?
Yep.
Okay, Robin. Robin, Bobobbin, Fee, Fi, Fo, Fobbin, Robin. Okay, my dear. One of your gifts is past lives and helping people with their past lives. Now, everybody wants to think if they're a woman, they were Cleopatra. Or if they're a man, they were John F. Kennedy. Or, okay, no. But I would start thinking about using your gifts and helping other people, thereby starting a business around your gift. The thing is it doesn't, so your gift isn't just seen, oh, you know, you were a ship captain in the 1600s. No, that doesn't really help people. What your gift is the lesson that they carried or the lesson that they didn't get back then that's carried over into this lifetime. That's one of your gifts. Okay? Yes, I'm so glad I don't get to see you, but you get to see me, but I can feel your energy. So that's the important thing. So everybody on the show, it's like, I love it that you're. Guys, I've known Robin for, I don't know, 45 years. Anyway, so I hope that makes sense, Robin. Trust your gut on that. Because otherwise it's just kind of like surface entertainment. If you're not here to give people surface entertainment. You were a maid in Cleopatra's court. People go, oh wow. Well, how does that help people now? No, you're here to help people, like in no uncertain terms. You've had extremely mystical experiences, and you've been downloaded. So think about not giving this information away for free. I can't. It's way too taxing on me. It's why I really appreciate, people's contributions. But this is something for you to think about, and I'd highly recommend you do because it's one of your fortes. That's your past life card. Okay. We have everybody?
Yes, sir. That's it.
Okay, we're doing this again Wednesday night. Go tell your friends. Love having all of you on. I hope it's been helpful. Great blessings to you. Tashi Deleg Phuntsum Tsok Shog. Kenan, can you type that in one more time?
Sure.
Tashi Deleg Phuntsum Tsok Shog. Say that, shout that, repeat that many times during the day. It's a great blessing. And if some of you are just tuning in and you actually missed the meaning of that, it is a Tibetan mantra that is chanted by the monks, by the Rinpoches, by the holy men of Tibet and Bhutan. Tashi Deleg Phuntsum Tsok Shog. It is a demand to the universe. Bring good fortune, prosperity, happiness, and peace. Love you all very much. Have a great, blessed evening. We'll see you Wednesday.